Bad vibes. Dude, you're killing my vibe, man. Hi, friends. It's Adam, the crippled cannabis cowboy. Thanks for watching my video on receiving bad vibes or being in a bad mood or even being around someone who's in a bad mood. It's pretty strange. Being in a bad mood has new meaning to me. Obviously me getting in a bad mood is pretty horrible. You can't you can't move, you can't talk, you're gonna crawl around. And I know all about crawling around. I've had to crawl a few times. As a matter of fact, I had to crawl on the ground this morning, butt naked, because I couldn't get my clothes. It just kind of shows that things do not work like we think they do. Obviously, it has something to do with PPMS, but if I get into a bad mood, it kind of starts with the shakes, and it's obviously spasm related, but my freaking legs start shaking, and you can't walk, you can't do shit if you're in a bad mood and you're upset. What I did kind of notice is I catch myself when I'm in a bad mood. I sit down. Sometimes I lay down and I sleep. I have to give myself at least an hour, sometimes two, to chill out a little bit, let the heart rate go back down. Now, that leads me to talk about something. Now, if you're around someone who's in a bad mood or complaining all the time or bitching and all that stuff, it's gonna raise your heart rate up. There are levels, like you can tolerate a certain amount, but then the toleration goes away, and that's when problems can start. And I want to kind of let some people that are like me know, if you're stuck in that situation, literally the only thing you can do is get away from whatever situation you're in, have a seat, maybe close your eyes, breathe for 5 minutes, and then reapproach. Maybe not avoid that situation. Actually, no, don't reapproach. Avoid it. Maybe you could reapproach it if you were more healthy. I probably would. I'm one of those people that loves to reapproach things after I've, calmed down and thought about things for a little bit. But when you're disabled, that don't happen. Something pretty cool that I noticed for myself is who you're around. Are they encouraging? Do they encourage you? I unfortunately am not around almost any encouragement, but I do spend some time with some very encouraging people. And a good example I came across in my psychology class. Like, oh, what's your friends say to you when they see you trying to do something? That kind of led me to start thinking of this thing. There's a few different kinds of attitudes that you're gonna come across, and maybe four, I don't know. Like, first thing, people are gonna help you. They're gonna take away whatever you're working on and do it themselves. That's cool, I guess. I would say ask the person. Maybe the person is trying to fight through, maybe they're trying to accomplish something. Then you're gonna come across the people that will encourage you. Like, oh, I see what you're doing. Try it again. Do it again. That's kind of like how I would be if I saw somebody do something and fail. I thought that they could. I would tell them to try again. Then there's like the person that just kind of like doesn't care. Just do whatever. You're on your own. That's the way it works, and you are on your own. And so another I recommended, actually, this one is my most favorite, are those people that are kind of like, you got it, Yeah, you're all right. You got it. I freaking love that. I don't know why. Like for example, maybe making a coffee. Um, I've been in this situation before, but you'll have a person stand there and just watch you, and they're observing what you're doing. And if I accomplish the mission I sent out to, I hear these weird like, "Yeah, you did it, man. You got it. Go ahead, man." And it's kind of like a mix with kind of like my attitude. I was kind of one of those people that's like, "Yo, all right, try it again. You know, you failed. That's okay. Try it again." But then there's this other kind that just watches and says, "Hey, you got it." Or you finish it and be like, "I seen what you did. Good job." Believe it or not, those compliments go a long way. I think about them all the time because honestly, I can't do shit. And when I hear somebody say something encouraging like that, I freaking love it, man. You know, there's nothing better than, you trying to do something, you're trying so hard, and all of a sudden you hear it. You got it, man. Keep going. Yeah, man. All right. I seen what you're doing. You did it. You did it, man. I love that stuff. That just kind of goes to show where our attitudes have gone. Are you someone that's just, I don't want to deal with this, I just want to help the person, I want to do it for them? Are you the person that will help them and just take away what they're doing and do it yourself? Totally fine, that's okay, but let the person know you're doing that because they might have been working on something, who knows? That's something I noticed when you go disabled and you start to get like maybe severe brain damage. People do not listen to you anymore. They just don't. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like, all right, he screwed up in the head. Nah, what he says doesn't matter. What I can say for myself is, like, literally no one asks me those things. Well, very few. I don't want to say literally no one, very, very few. But talk to people like us. We really want to talk. Trust me. We may act like we don't want to talk, but if you say the right thing and you have the right delivery, we're gonna open up to you. It popped into my head this morning. I don't know if it helps anybody. I used to be a coach. I used to be a teacher, so I used to teach people certain things. And I noticed that you have to have a certain attitude when you teach. You can't be biased. You can't have any bias in you whatsoever. And can you tolerate having someone like yourself coach you? Are you a good teacher? Are you explaining things right? Or are you getting worked up and just upset? Because trust me, if that happens and there's someone that really wants to learn, they ain't gonna learn from you. They're gonna associate you with an asshole attitude. So do your best to not even engage in those activities. If you feel like you need some work on that, go work on it. I don't know, talk to people, pay attention to what you're saying to them, pay attention to how you're saying it. There's, if people are caught in their heads, they might not hear you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, dude, whatever. That makes no sense. Whatever. I've dealt with it plenty of times. You'll be able to tell if somebody is listening to you or they're catering to their own comforts, if that makes any sense whatsoever."